Tzu Chi One Person, One Good Deed campaign reached its 19th year since 2001. Taiwanese adults are using their specialty to help leopard cats to voice their need for protection. Welcome to our headlines. I'm Joyce Ho. Thank you for joining us. In 2001, the 9/11 terrorist attack took place in the United States. To calm people's minds and advocate for kindness in the society, Tzu Chi initiated the One Person, One Good Deed campaign. Let's take a look at its 90 years of history.
The earth has provided us with clean water, fresh air, dense forests, and other basic needs for survival. But what have we done to the earth? Due to social development, we've sacrificed too many natural resources and polluted nature. We've depleted the earth's resources and expected it to recuperate. Disasters caused by imbalance of climate have devastated mankind. There have been more man-made disasters. We humans seem to have forgotten that we're part of nature and we have the responsibility to protect the earth.
In
2020, the world is under the threat of COVID-19. The pandemic has become the major event in this century. As COVID-19 constantly changes all the time, there has not been a cure. No matter how great humans think we are, a small virus can pose a great threat. The pandemic has become an education that sacrificed 1 million lives. The cost is too great. This pandemic is a great test to humankind. Have humans awakened to the lesson? In 2001, in the aftermath of 9/11 terrorist attack in the United States, the entire world was unsettled. On October 13th of the same year, Tzu Chi has initiated a One Person, One Good Deed campaign, inviting the public to harbor kind thoughts every day, as kind thought can ward off disasters. A small kind thought is a big blessing. A small good gesture is a great kind act. Facing the relentless pandemic, society needs positive energy. We'll welcome the day when we overcome the pandemic, as long as you're willing to harbor kind thoughts and gather positive energy.
The world has been under the threat of COVID-19 for 2020. In our next story, we will look at the importance of sincere prayers and harboring kind thoughts from the different perspectives of religion, spirituality, and science.
Our bodies are formed by quantums, and every quantum has vibration frequency. When we feel depressed, the vibration frequency is lower. According to David Hawkins, when our vibration frequency is lower than 200, we'll fall ill more easily. When we harbor kind thoughts and think about love and gratitude, our vibration frequency is higher. Then our immunity will be better. So this vibration frequency will affect how we interact with people.
I think we humans are like the universe. We gather with similar people. If we have kind thoughts, you will notice that you will attract good people. If you want to be happy today, you need to be happy yourself so you can attract other people happy. So, kind thoughts are very important. Kind thoughts will transmit information to the body cells so they will be happy.
So I must have the consciousness to make a change. We can pray for people who are alive with our kind thoughts.
So even scientific believes in energy. Whatever we are praying, you are praying, it's all energy at the end of the day when the energy comes together.
Doa itu sudah boleh
Praying
membuatkan
can
kita
calm us. We can better accept disasters.
dan kita lebih dapat menerima musibah itu.
More people are coming to church these days, so the fear is there, but we pray together and try to find out what is God saying to us.
Then Buddha said, do good, not to do any evil things, then purify your mind.
And when everyone all over the world prays, what will happen? Positive energy.
We continue to spread the blessings and positive energy to bless the world, our family, ourselves, and everyone else.
Because we're spreading love, people who receive love, you bring sunshine to him. He will spread the sunshine to someone else. He will spread love.
像一个 rippling effect，把这个爱念传出去。
Do not panic, stay calm. Continue to work hard. Thank you.
During the enhanced movement control order, the pandemic in Penang has remained stable until 6th of October, when 6 new cases of COVID-19 were confirmed in Penang Prison. Due to the lack of epidemic prevention supplies, the quarantine center called Tzu Chi Malaysia chapter for help.
Daripada kejayaan kita membendung wabak ini hingga ke 1 digit pada satu ketika dahulu, kini telah berlaku peningkatan kes-kes harian baru COVID-19 hingga mencecah 3 digit.
On the 6th of October 2020, there were 7 new confirmed COVID cases in Penang, including 6 from a new cluster in the Penang Prison.
The County Health Bureau and the Penang Health Bureau have already taken action to try their best to inspect Penang Prison. The relevant staff on duty who have been in contact with the infected detained prisoners were asked to quarantine by the Ministry of Health.
Tzu Chi Malaysia chapter quickly sent out anti-epidemic supplies, which were handed over to the representative of the Penang Quarantine Center for onward passing to the Penang Prison.
Mereka maklumkan ada kekurangan daripada segi PPE, jadi saya sendiri cuba kontak dengan Mr. Ku.
The prison staff notified us that there was a lack of protective equipment, so I personally contacted Tzu Chi volunteers for help. Today, Tzu Chi provides 5,000 masks, 595 masks, 500 sets of protective clothing, and 500 face shields for the staff on duty. We're waiting for the latest instructions from the County Health Bureau. The current situation is under control, and hopefully this situation can be well managed.
Setakat ini masih terkawal lah. Kita harap perkara ini akan dapat dikawal dengan baik lah.
It is everyone's responsibility to curb the spread of the pandemic. Tzu Chi volunteers are always the best support for the epidemic prevention to send love in time.
In Malaysia, Johor Bahru Tzu Chi volunteers and Tima doctors visited diabetic patients with fissure wounds and provided long-term wound cleaning care, ameliorating the patients' living conditions.
Hassan, who has diabetes, is a taxi driver. He has a bed sore on his back, and after surgery, he did not care for the wound properly, which eventually caused the wound to fester severely.
In May, we came to this area to carry out aid distribution. When we met with his wife, she seemed a little panicked and her eyes were teary. She told us that her husband had surgery at the hospital, but they were unable to clean the wound properly when they got back home because it was too expensive.
After I came back from the hospital, I tended the wound by myself. If I go to the hospital to care for the wound, it would be very costly. I'm very thankful to Tzu Chi for providing the aid.
The group of people Hassan thanked are the Tima doctors. His wound is starting to heal up now, and he is able to walk with the assistance of a walking stick.
Now he is unable to tend the wound every 2 days. Previously, he was unable to do so, nor sitting up by himself. But now he is able to stand up and walk around. He is almost fully recovered.
The love and care by the volunteers and Tima doctors have touched the heart of Hassan's wife. She saves money in the bamboo coin bank to reciprocate their love.
I'll head to the shops to collect donations. Every time they'll donate 20 to 30 cents. After a period of time, these coins will accumulate and fill out the bamboo coin bank. I'll then bring to Tzu Chi to donate. I want to help others in need, although the amount isn't much, but for people who are in need, it is a lifesaver.
Another care recipient, Morgan, who is also diabetic, was facing problems with a wound that was unable to heal. His wife took over the role as the breadwinner of the family, but due to the pandemic, she lost her job. She volunteers provided the needed assistance.
Previously, his wound would take 6 months to be fully recovered. The 2 new wounds that were treated took only about 3 months to recover.
I'm very thankful to Tzu Chi and also grateful towards Master Zheng Yan. Thank you everyone who had helped us.
With the tender care from the volunteers and team of doctors, Hassan and Morgan's wounds healed well, enabling both families to have a peaceful life.
For the past 23 years, Tzu Chi volunteers have been taking care recipient Wei Ang to the hospital for regular health checkups. However, a car accident this year has traumatized Ang for hospital visits. Tzu Chi volunteers visited the family to provide love and support.
Walking into the narrow alley, Tzu Chi volunteers are visiting the Wei family to remind Wei Yuzhang to bring her sister to the hospital this month.
We'll call you on the day, and they will come pick her up. She must go. There's no excuse. She can't say she has something to do and won't go. No excuses.
The home is filled with clutter and miscellaneous items. Out of the 5 people in the home, 4 suffer from mental illness, and the family's financial situation has always been tight. Tzu Chi helps them out financially as well as visiting them frequently, even taking the family members to the hospital each month.
She has violence tendency. Sometimes she will throw wooden sticks at people on the street. It's quite scary. It's better for her to go because then she won't harm others.
The regular home visits helps the volunteers detect any problems in their health as early on as possible. On this day, they thought the younger sister might be having health problems.
When we visited, we saw her tummy was really large and we were worried about her. So we arranged for her to visit the free clinic center. The doctor said she was accumulating a lot of fatty deposits in her tummy and she should exercise more.
In the past 23 years, Tzu Chi volunteers have treated them like family, taking care of them, making sure they stay healthy.
There are less than 500 leopard cats live in the wild in Taiwan. Many expert and environmental conservation groups are trying to rescue the species. At the same time, Taiwanese artists developed merchandise to advocate for their protection.
For me, the most important thing is to show the beauty of the leopard cats and let the public know that there is such a creature in Taiwan. It's very beautiful, but it's on the verge of extinction.
I saw there was no consensus when it comes to regulations to protect the leopard cats in June. I picked up my pace, and when I tried to paint the leopard cats, I found it is actually quite difficult. The eyes have a type of emotion of being lonely and scared.
One is the winner of the second Hakka Culture and Art Competition and has deep affection for the land. The other is the Taiwan representative to Italy's Fabriano Watercolor Paper Art Competition. The 2 artists coincidentally used watercolors to create precious images of Taiwan's Class 1 endangered animal, the leopard cat.
Since I'm representing Taiwan, I wanted to paint words that can represent Taiwan. It is a bit like dawn or the feeling of walking out of the forest. And this is a bit like some light and shadow or fireflies. This is one way to look at it, as it has a bright feeling.
Originally good at painting animals, Cho Chen used her skills in observation to express the characteristics of the leopard cat. They are like cats, but not entirely similar. She used realistic creative techniques to allow the public to learn more about the leopard cat.
I think the best place to distinguish them are the ears. Most cats' ears are pointed, but leopard cats' ears are round, and then there is the white spot behind the ears. Normal cats don't have this. There are also 2 white lines under its eyes and in the middle part. Most of the main spots on the leopard cat's body are lumpy, and the most obvious characteristic is the tail. The tail of a normal tabby cat is a series of circles, but the tail of the leopard cat are interconnected circles.
Cho Chen began to cooperate with the Leopard Cat Association Taiwan to launch special Christmas bags. Most recently, she painted the leopard cat Alan. who Chen Meiting had been tracking for 3 years on T-shirts, which became hot sellers.
I want to donate money to them, but I can't donate much. I just donated to my professional skills and work with them to draw the images they need.
Alan's T-shirt has successfully attracted the attention of the public, recording the highest number of likes by the Leopard Cat Association Taiwan.
I started to draw this leopard cat calendar last year.
Coincidentally, the well-known painter Tzu Chi also made 6 leopard cat watercolor paintings, turning them into calendars, clothes, and silk scarves. Last year, she donated more than $15,000 from charity sales to Leopard Cat Association Taiwan. At the same time, 6 paintings were authorized free of use to the Miaoli County government to make desk calendars and beverage holders to promote the concept of conservation of leopard cats.
Generally, we print 500 copies. Last year, because of our cover, our desk calendar was very popular and we printed another 500 copies. It has been the first time for the people to request so many of these desk calendars.
However, some of the inspiration for this painter is the pain of habitat destruction.
I'm sad because my sense of identity with the land is quite low. When I was a child, I would hear the old people say that prodigal sons and daughters can't sell the land, but now I have found that people are desperately selling land. With so many solar panels here, how could we see the leopard cat again?
Originally focused on painting temples, gods, and Buddhas, Tzu Chi, who has been a vegetarian for many years, insists on speaking up for leopard cats now.
It just jumps into the tree suddenly in horror. I can hardly imagine how hard it is to live in horror for the rest of my life, and no one wants to speak for it. We must speak for these animals.
Everyone is interested in the leopard cat and knows that it should be pitied and knows that it requires everyone's effort to protect it. When the environment is friendly to the leopard cat, I actually think that related species will also live there and benefit.
We don't have much ability as artists. We only have one paintbrush, so I have to pick up the paintbrush and try my best to share my philosophy.
Speaking up for leopard cats, these artists vow to continue using their paintbrushes to defend the species in the land.
More than 30 TIMA volunteers recently visited Danshui Sanzhi and Shimen in Taiwan for free house calls. The doctors visited long-term care recipient Mr. Jiang's family, relieving their physical pain and provided emotional support.
Mr. Chen, who has just undergone the artificial knee joint surgery, has his left leg swollen. He thought it was just edema, yet a doctor reminded him that he was infected with cellulitis.
As you just have the surgery this June, the wound here, as it is too close, will easily get infected. In principle, I suggest you have anti-inflammatory injection for at least 3 to 5 days, okay?
From Tamshui to Sanzhi Shimen, the rainy weather did not hinder TIMA's members' regular visits to the residents of remote villages, with a view to provide prescriptions for any diseases and pain. Mr. Jiang, who is skinny, is working in the flight industry to earn a living for his family. He often carries heavy objects and hence has been suffering from pain over his body.
It hurts here. Sometimes it hurts so serious that it also affects here.
A Chinese medicine doctor arrived to provide him with acupuncture treatment. His grandma, who lived with him, has sore thighs for many years and also received treatment.
I'm very blessed today. Everyone treats me very well.
In fact, everyone is affecting each other. It's a kind of aura induction. It's not only he's happy nor I'm happy. It's by joining everyone together to rejoice this atmosphere. It's actually an achievement for them to get rid of the pain.
Healing patients' illness and their hearts with professional diagnosis and treatment, TIMA members ease patients' pain, making them smile again.
Taiwan is an aged society. To care for the elderly, Geelong Tzu Chi volunteers visit the long-term senior care center of Jidu Health Clinic every Friday, designing exercises for the elderly and seizing the opportunity to promote vegetarianism.
Each of the vegetarian dishes, which is diligently prepared by Tzu Chi volunteers, completely conquered the stomachs of the elderly.
It's always uncomfortable to eat chicken, duck, or fish, which will cause flatulence to my stomach, making it upset. I think maybe we have to adjust our own diet. No matter what kind of vegetarian food, like fried or boiled vegetables or even raw vegetables, I think all of them are very delicious.
The seniors who ate vegetarian food today said it's very good and are expecting to have it again every Friday from now on. They all said they will go home and ask their family members to cook vegetarian food for them.
In every Friday's meeting, the seniors not only care about the delicious food, but also this friendship.
It's very good for Tzu Chi to host this event, especially for the elders here in Qidu. Some are solitary, while some are left alone at home during the day. Tzu Chi really takes great care of us.
I'm longing to come here every Friday. It's happier to come here, and Tzu Chi volunteers are very caring, really.
Volunteers walk into the community to accompany the seniors so that they can live and learn in their golden age.
Tima's teeth cleaning event for patients in persistent vegetative state took place recently at the Genesis Foundation Geelong branch, where 93 volunteers served the patients with singing and joy.
If it were not for impermanence, how could it disrupt the regular teeth cleaning twice a year?
Because of the pandemic, the teeth cleaning originally planned in April must be suspended. Finally, we can host this one in October as scheduled. Thank you so much. Every time more than hundreds of people are mobilized to help.
To provide service to the residents of the Genesis Foundation Geelong branch, volunteers first climbed them tenderly to ease their nervousness. This time, a notebook and a loudspeaker are needed.
We found that some light music which soothes body and soul can give them positive feeling and ease their stress. They'll become more willing to open their mouth and do not get so flustered.
Dentists, dental assistants, and volunteers must show their talents in due course.
This time we have met more residents in the Genesis Foundation Keelung branch. Apart from singing to comfort them, we also touched their hands and blessed them.
They are still very emotional and have some ideas, yet they just cannot express it. In fact, I'm very moved after serving them.
Teeth cleaning for special residents requires more concentration and physical strength. However, with team members' positive energy, the difficult task can be successfully accomplished.
A tour exhibition, Kids Face of 5 Asian countries, opened at Hualien Jinsi Hall, featuring the customs and cultures of 5 Southeast Asian nations. The exhibition will be on display until 4th of January 2021, welcoming the public for a visit. Thank you for joining us and see you next time.